Hello there. This is going to be a general love reading for all signs. Oh, yesterday was so crazy in Hawaii, as most of you know. We were under a tsunami warning, not watch. So all of Hawaii had to evacuate unless you were in a safe zone. I am luckily in a safe zone. So my family came over to our house. We had a house full of people and it was kind of hectic and crazy, but you know, we are so grateful that this tsunami didn't really devastate Hawaii. And you know, there's one thing I tell you guys all the time: do not underestimate Mother Nature or the weather. Okay, if they tell you to evacuate, do it, because it's not always going to be the case that it just blows over and it's like, okay, we're good. There was quite a few damage in certain areas of Hawaii, but for the most part, it passed by pretty, like, you know, peacefully. So we're grateful for that. You know, I know that Alaska and Japan, they had a bit of a little tsunami because of the earthquake that happened in Russia. Wait, was it Alaska? No, it was Russia and Japan. Maybe Alaska too, I could be wrong. But anyway, here we go. I have been very, very busy. And so I'm curious to see what the energy is like. We're gonna start off by using the Broken Mirror Oracle deck and just kind of get a real good gist of what's popping. Wow. You have avoidance, in hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. It came out in reverse though. That's how it slid out, in reverse. So in reverse, it means the complete opposite, that someone is not trying to avoid you. Someone wants to communicate with you. Now with the fall, right, the big leaf right here, it's giving fall or autumn. And if you guys have been watching my readings regularly, you know that the energy of fall and autumn has been coming up pretty fucking regularly, okay? Now, bottom of the deck, we have determined, persistent, still holding on, flowers or gifts. You can see it looks like they've just gotten married. They got rings on, okay? So maybe this is someone who feels like you're the one that they want. They see possible potential with you. Broken mirrors, addictions, roller coaster, and toxic connection. I feel like it was all of this intertwined, right? There was a lot of addictions as far as the need, want, desire, pining, yearning. And it did kind of border and dip a little toe over the line of toxicity. Because I think that this connection was so intense, but both souls weren't ready, and it was still like a little bit chaotic. And so the separation, that no communication that you were in, was absolutely crucial and fucking necessary. Here we go. You have unfinished business. Proposal, forgiveness, or reconciliation. So you can see here, for some of you, this means that someone here was feeling guilty. And now they've had some sort of light bulb moment, maybe an epiphany, and they're starting to see things differently. Number one, they miss you. And that was the energy of the reading that I just did a couple of days ago, right? I mean, the whole thing was about they miss you and they can't let you go, and they don't want to let you go. So you have a person here who it just didn't fit together at first, right? There were just still some refinement. There was still some shit that needed to be worked through and on individually. And I feel like if there's been no communication, the silence has been deafening, and I think it has caused sort of this like stir inside of a person, like, I miss you. The squirrel, energetic, secretive, and miscommunication. I feel like their secrecy as far as keeping communication to themselves, not saying what it is they feel, not saying what it is that they fucking want. The miscommunication of that was, I don't like you, that's why I'm not communicating with you. But I know that's not the case, right? You see it in the cards, that's not the case. Now for some of you, you have no one. There is no one coming back to reconcile with that you've met in this life. Therefore, the unfinished business and all of that stuff is someone that you've already known in a past life that you finally meet again in this life, and there is your reconciliation, okay? I feel like there's just been a lot of like quietness throughout this connection. Ball and chain. There's the word addictions again. Heaviness, addictions, codependent, trapped, emotional baggage, unhappily married. So you could have had a person here, you or them, where someone was in a past relationship where it was sort of like they were trapped. They felt like they didn't have freedom in it. They felt like there was just, it was a weight on them. And finally that they're free from that, they may not be so excited to get back into a connection, because for them, they equate that to being in a relationship means I lose my freedom. And I think the big part with the addictions is they may have felt like addicted to you at some point, right? Where that's not their normal like protocol when it comes to people they're entertaining or connecting with. There's a feeling of like they want to breathe you in. They want to like stare at you and consume you, but you weren't there. So it's like they had to do all of those things from afar and, you know, in secret basically. Because what are they gonna fucking do if you guys are not together? There's communication again, the letter. Being in contact, right? Communication. Guess you're gonna hear from them. Or you're gonna meet them finally. What is that? The Hanged Man, enlightenment. We have the double rainbow. Oh my God, look what's underneath the double rainbow. The swans. Swans are soulmate twin flame. They're the one, basically, right? It's divine union. It's blooming love. It's deep soul connection. It also says a pair of things. And I think you guys were like two peas in a pot. You both equally have experienced quite a few of the same things in past relationships. Makes you both a little bit weary, makes you both a little bit unsure, not necessarily open to trusting people so quickly, and maybe not looking for it, right? And so it's this whole like perfect storm, if you will, of shit. You know, if we look at the tsunami as a symbol, remember I've used that literal thing as a symbol, like in the past few months, talking about how when someone finally opens up, it's going to be like a flood. It's going to be like a tsunami. Because how do you hold back that much feelings and emotions? You can't, right? It's going to seep through the crack. The dam will break. I think the dam is breaking here. I think that this person can no longer justify to themselves that this is nothing. This is just a regular connection. I think a fool, a blind man. I think the birds and the bees and everything can see that this is not just nothing. That this is some kind of a unusual, deep, instant connection that feels like when it ends, there's more to it, and that it doesn't feel right when it ends or their separation. It feels like something is missing. Because I think when like the soul meets the one, it instantly feels that wholeness inside, right? Like that missing piece is no longer missing, and then the missing piece leaves again, and then there's a gaping hole. And you wouldn't necessarily know the difference, but you would know the difference if that gaping hole was no longer gaping and then it becomes gaping again. You see my point? So it's the meeting of these two souls and then the separation of these two souls that allow these two souls to see, oh, I feel fucked up when you're not around. I feel fucked up when we're not in communication. It doesn't feel right. It feels off. You ever like not see somebody or not talk to them and you could like not see them or talk to them again for eternity and you don't really care? But then there's some people that it doesn't feel right. And it's not your muggle saying that, and it's not the loneliness inside of you saying that, or the unhealed part of you saying that. It's your soul. Your soul says, no, that's the one. Because when they are with me and I'm with them, I feel like I'm me. That's the thing. It's from, what is that quote? Whatever our souls are made of, him and I are the same. He's more myself than I am, whatever our souls have made up. I can't talk with Mercury retro. It's from Wuthering Heights. He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. That's this. That's exactly what the fuck this is. It's like, I don't know what the fuck, but I know, I feel it. I feel something here. You ever met a person who's like so familiar to you, but it's impossible because it's the first time you've ever met them physically in this life? That you've met them, right? This is not like a fantasy. This is not like this vision we've had, or we meet a stranger in the streets and we go, well, it's that stranger who you may never see again, or they don't know you exist. No, like you actually meet and cross paths and connect. It's life-changing. And I feel like these two souls have been changed. We have here the Mother card, ripe, fertile, fulfilling, stability. They feel like you are stable. You have a mothering, nurturing type of a vibe, right? It's like the Queen of Cups. You have the Clover too, luck, happiness, happy coincidence, reward, good fortune, unexpected rendezvous, right? So, I mean, maybe that's what scares this person, is like every single time they see you, they want to just sweep you up and like run away with you. They can't help themselves. What is that? That was the Man. He ran away. This could have been a runner, right? It very well could have been a runner. Of the stars, bitch, it says falling in love. Oh my God. And I'm hearing Elvis Presley in my head. Wise men say. See the waterfall? I'm telling you, it's like a tsunami. Okay? Flood of emotions. It literally says that on the card. Flood of emotions. They cannot keep holding back. We have Saturn with the World. Therefore, that means someone here learned a great lesson. And that's what needed to happen individually, separated from each other, was you needed to figure out your shit, close out big chapters and cycles, and so did they. Right? It goes both parties here. We have the Wine. Wine talks about developing over time. This was a slow burn. And then we have the Falcon, rising above. Someone here strategic, very focused, right? There's some sort of a transition, it says, changes and higher self. So both souls needed to evolve into a higher version of themselves in order for this to come together, in order for this to fit perfectly, right? It's a pair of things that needed to both be refined and evolved for them to come back together. But it's always going to be gravitational pull, right? That's just the whole thing of this, is always going to be gravitational pull. All right, let's do a few cards. Let's do a few from a tarot deck. I don't even know what we're going to do. I guess we'll just do straight rider weight. Spirit, tell us about this connection, please. There's the Devil again. This is addictions again for the third fucking time. Now that can be Capricorn energy, but it's addiction. See, with the King of Cups, they feel like they cannot control themselves when it comes to you. Like they can't think straight. And this fucking floodgate is about to come. The dam is breaking, okay? There's an avalanche. This is going to be a tsunami of feelings and emotions. And it's like stuck on you, right? Like they just feel like they can't shake it. They can't let you go. The Magician, they're going to come up with something. This is a mover and a fucking shaker, whoever this is. They're going to come up with something. We have the Queen of Swords, the Moon, secrets, and the Page of Swords. So secretly watching you, secretly keeping tabs on you, okay? Maybe not necessarily letting you know that, hence secret. But watching you and like feeling like maybe they got to cut you off because they feel it's too much, it's too intense, it's too deep. And they don't know how to make sense of it. They don't know left from right. You know what I'm saying? They don't know up from down when it came to you. And so the secret here is like secret hidden emotions. Now, may I also add, the Moon is what you don't see coming, and the bottom of the deck's the Knight of Swords. There could be some sort of change in behavior or communication with them that you don't see coming, okay? Now let's get into this extended should you wish to rent it. Go to the comments below. I will pin the link to rent this extended. Reminder, I have one spot left for my Sedona, Arizona retreat coming up in October. We will be there for the 1010 portal. It's a spiritual girls trip. If you are serious about that and can pay the balance, okay? Go ahead and look at my website, saltwaterhealstarot.com. Fill out an application. When I email you back, please respond, or don't even fucking go through all of that and waste both of our times, okay? Also, don't forget, tickets are on sale to my New York private VIP meet and greet. I'll be there 11/11 of this year. I can't wait to meet you guys. Like, seriously, I'm like counting down. I'm like so excited for the retreat in October and then November in New York. I'll see you guys in the extended. Bye.